Okay, good morning everyone. So this is the fourth video on our series. On the first video, this is the fourth video in our series doing topic analysis on DNN, Denison Life Corporation stocks. On the first video, we identified our weekly zones and our daily zones. In the second video, we identified our weekly trend lines and our daily trend lines. And then in the third video, we identified our trend origin, we defined our trend origin, so that's identified and defined our market structure and the different phases of market action. So today we're going to be doing what we might call real price study, which I have defined here. Real price study can be defined as a study of past price movement in order to project or estimate future price movements, relying on the cyclical or repetitive nature of price and price action. So what does that mean? Let me give a brief description. Let's say we have an impulsive, let's say we are currently in the daily time frame, we have an impulsive correctional. Okay, let me shut it down a bit. No, let me do like that guy is to do. So let's say we're currently in price action. Let's say we're currently on the daily time frame. And price does this. For those who watched our previous video on market action. And then you go down to the 4-hour time frame and you notice that within each of these modes you have something like this. Impulsive, correctional, impulsive, correctional, impulsive. And then maybe you have a range. And then impulsive, correctional, impulsive, correctional, another range. So now you now have. So in such a situation now, let me do this so that you can easily differentiate the range. That you can easily differentiate the range. Let's also change the color to make it easier to distinguish. Okay, so now the blue line obviously represents the 4-hour time frame. So if you had noticed this on the first impulsive move and the second impulsive move, price makes 3 impulsive moves and then it enters the range. Price makes 3 impulsive moves and enters the range. What would you be expecting? You'd be expecting that the minute price breaks out of this range, you will have another set of 3 impulsive moves, which will give you 3 potential trades. And when you notice that price is in a correctional and it's in a rectangular range, it means that price is currently in a correctional move. What you would want to do then is to buy at the bottom of the range so that when price breaks out, you can catch the entire swing. That might not really make a lot of sense right now, but let's do some real price study to get you more familiar with it. Okay, so where are we? Price has currently gone from impulsive to correctional to impulsive to correctional to impulsive, and price is now in a correctional phase. So right now, price in a correctional phase, so we're expecting the next move to be an impulsive phase, right? So what we're going to do is how we're going to do our real price study. We're going to come to each of the correctional moves that price has made in the past. We're going to circle them, then go down to the lower time frame to see how price acted in those regions, to give us an idea of what price will do in the current correctional phase. So now let's delete the blue line and go down to the 4-hour time frame and see if there are any patterns that we can spot. First things first that I can see is an M pattern. Price printed out an M pattern here. Black. Price also printed out an M pattern here. In fact, it seems that there is no, it doesn't seem like there's anything else to notice about this other than just the fact that an M pattern appeared. Because after the M pattern appeared, price did this and then simply came back up. I'm not noticing any particular kind of pattern or even candlestick or chart pattern. Similarly, the same thing happened here. An M pattern appeared and price simply continued to tank downward and then suddenly turned around. Something like this. But I don't see any resembling pattern here. So that means that once we see an M pattern, we know that price has entered into a correctional phase. But now we're looking for a pattern to use to indicate when price is breaking out of that correctional phase. To be honest, I'm not noticing any patterns. I'm not really seeing a pattern right now. I can see a bit of an uptrend chart. I can draw an uptrend from here. But I don't think that's not really enough. I'm also seeing an uptrend here. Upward trend line, I mean. Okay, so let's go down to the 1-hour time frame and see if we can spot any more details. And if we can't, then that just means, well, I won't say that there are no more details to spot. It just means that I'm not seeing them. And if I'm not seeing them, I rest. You know, I can only ever do so much. Okay, so now on the 1 hour time frame, what do I see? M pattern appeared, price came all the way down here, the price started coming up. Let's come here and see if we notice any other particular pattern. An M pattern appeared, price came all the way down, then started coming up. And yep, indeed, I don't notice any other patterns. So maybe it is what it is. So at this current price action, I can already see an end pattern like this. This is our current correctional move. I can already see an end pattern. But price didn't go below, has not gone below this weekly zone. So price might continue to go a little bit lower. Okay, I think this is now a pattern that I might have. I can see that I've noticed. Which is the length. Let me measure this. Look at this. This is the length of the M pattern. It's about 0.67 points. Let's measure it down. The move is about 55 points. Let's come here and measure. Height of the M pattern is about 31 points. The depth of the move is about 16 points. There's not really much of a correlation. Let me measure this one first. This is about 97 points. So we should be expecting at least maybe like 60 points retracement. So I don't think there's much of a correlation there either. But I have noticed something just now though, which might be an indicator, which is an upward trend line. I can draw an upward trend line like this, and the trend line has been broken. That's just excellent. That's just freaking excellent. So no trade, no trade, no trade, no trade. My trend line has even been broken. The one common pattern that I noticed between the first and second correctional move, the trend line has been broken. So no trade, no trade, no trade. I'm staying off of this pair. I'm absolutely staying off of this pair. So that's it for DNN top analysis.